The following steps have to be followed. For centralized, we are looking into centralized ID based firefighting concept setup. So here we have seen there are following IDs in GRC system, the IDs are there, and in plugin system you need FF firefighter and firefighter ID, and the definitions of the 4 types of IDs, and then declaring them in here. So I guess the system has been formatted. We need to redo these steps. So let us redo the step 2 now. So going to setup, under setup, access control owners, so declare here who is the owner and who is the controller. So owner 1, he will be acting as a firefighter ID owner. I'm just repeating the steps again what we have seen in the last class. And similarly create controller, declare controller, FFID controller, save it. Okay, the second step is ready, declaring owner and controller in the system. And then third step would be under setup, owners, declare owner and controller for the firefighter ID. Third step, mapping FFID owner and controller to the FFID. So FFID owner, add the firefighter ID is FFID underscore Anil. Okay. So in the last class we discussed about if FFID is not visible, then what could be the problem? Anyone remember the answer?
Role has not been assigned at the
Repository node.
One is a repository sync, and the next one is if the repository sync and if still is not visible.
The role has not been assigned in the backend.
Which role?
A specific role.
GRC underscore SPM underscore FF.
Yeah. So that role is under parameter. What is the parameter ID? Did we discuss the parameter related to that?
4010.
Yes, 4010. So whatever the role name is under the parameter 4010, that role has to be assigned to the every firefighter ID in the backend system. Only then the firefighter IDs are visible in the GRC. Right. So I have declared who is the owner and controller for this firefighter ID, FFID underscore Anil. Now the fourth step would be defining the reason codes. Define reason codes. Click on reason codes. So the common reasons you can put it here. The common reasons in the sense the more number of times what reason you use. So that reason can be kept it here. Keep it here as you can keep it as incident. So we have priority tickets like P1, P2, P3. Generally, when P1 ticket comes, priority 1 ticket comes, we need to have elevated access so that we can go and troubleshoot the issue. So in this system, I have created one reason code called as incident. Next, one more. If some upgrade project is going on, suppose, so this is the reason frequently we use this reason for entering into firefighter ready access. Refresh. Right. So I have entered 3 reason codes. Now the setup is ready. The entire setup is ready only for the one ID. Now let us see how the scenario comes of usage of this particular. So regular user will log in into.
Sridhar, the reason code is it's related to system, right? Not related to any firefighter. It's not based on firefighter.
Not based on firefighter. What do you
I
mean
mean to
by?
say, means it will be a common for all the firefighters in that particular system.
Obviously. What is the reason you enter when you are entering into firefighter? When some P1 ticket comes, people use firefighter ID. When there is a refresh activity, people use, everyone has to use the same reason code, right?
No, what I'm saying is like if there are 2 or 3 firefighters in one line, something. So we create a reason code based on the particular system only, not based on that particular firefighter, right?
See, reason codes are system specific. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. So Anil is logging into his backend system, GRC 200, to perform his daily duties. So this is his ECC, the backend system. So he is a security consultant, for example. He can execute a T codes like SU01, and he can execute the T code like PFCG and SU53, etc. But there is a requirement for upgrade concept now, for example. So he goes to SU25. He wants to execute this T code, and the system says you are not authorized to use the transaction SU25. Now this Anil has to take approval, send a approval mail request for firefighter ID access, and the approval should be given by the owner, firefighter ID owner. So this person will approve the request, firefighter ID owner. Person responds who approves the FF access to user. So Anil wants FF access, firefighter ID access now. Okay, and this person is a responsible person for approval. So if it is a manual process, what Anil has to do? Anil has to drop a mail to firefighter ID owner, and this owner will ask the reason for why he needs access to. So in the mail, while he is drafting a mail to the owner, he himself put the reason also why he wants to use the firefighter. Because there is an upgrade concept going on, we need to execute the T code SU25, and hence we need firefighter ID access for 1 day or 2 days. So this person in some of the clients, he just approves the request, and then security team or GRC team will link the IDs, normal ID with his firefighter ID. In some clients, this firefighter ID owner himself will link the normal ID with the firefighter ID. That is his duty actually. So he is also responsible for assigning firefighter ID to the normal user. He is actual responsible person, but they feel like approvers and they didn't do it. They just approve in mail or system. And if it is an automated process, like when you use EAM, access request management, so the approval is automatically sent to the firefighter ID owner, and when he approves, the linking is also done automatically. No manual activity, no sending of mails, no manually linking of IDs, sending of mail, linking of firefighter to firefighter IDs, everything will be automated. in the case of ARM, if ARM is implemented fully. So that we'll see in ARM part when we come to the last component, ARM. Okay, right. So let me go now. Anil is suppose Anil has drafted a mail to owner. Owner has approved it. So when owner approves, what is our duty? We have to link Anil ID with the firefighter. So that we do it in GRC. So go to GRC system, go to your NWBC setup page. So the linking will be done in NWBC setup. Under setup, you can do it from either super user assignment firefighter IDs or super user maintenance firefighters. Any one of the cases you can do it. So let us go to firefighter IDs and here assign firefighter FFID Anil, which is in this system ECC client 200 to which firefighter user ID. These are the user IDs. Don't get confused here. The heading, if you see properly, so firefighter user ID. There is a lot of difference between this and this. Firefighter ID is different from firefighter user ID. So he is referring to firefighter here. Here it is referring to firefighter ID itself. Okay. So save it. What is the validity you have got here? 19/6/2017 from today till 19/7/2017. So the validity is automatically set as 1 month. So this is controlled by a parameter, just like how the mitigation approver mitigation validity is controlled by parameters. In the same fashion, this is also controlled by parameters. So in real-time scenario, you will have only 1 day validity or 2 days validity maximum, not more than that. So we'll later go and change this setting as 1 day. So let us save this now. So now Anil has access to this firefighter ID for 1 month. So once the linking is done, we drop a mail to Anil saying that your ID, you have been provided with firefighter ID access. Okay. Now, how does Anil uses the access now? So we have drafted a mail to Anil. The mail is sent to Anil, and Anil is ready to use the firefighter ID access to execute the T code SU25. So how will he execute the or login, and where does he log in? Anyone?
He will log in
GRC system.
Yes, because it is centralized concept, he has to log in from GRC. So log in into GRC, 100 client, user ID is Anil.
Sridhar,
Yeah.
here if at all user wanted to raise an access request, so that is possible only when the workflow is initiated, right?
If it is manual process, he will just draft a mail, right? He'll type a mail address to firefighter ID owner. Okay, that is manual process.
Okay, now whatever we are doing is a manual process.
Exactly.
Access request comes when workflow is initiated. Right?
Workflow, yes. Workflow has to be created, then only we can do that.
Okay, Sridhar. Thank
That
you.
is automated process. I'll show you when we come to ARM.
Okay.
So Anil has logged in into GRC. So I told you, as soon as Anil logs in into GRC, what is the thing he has to do? As soon as he logins into GRC, what he has to do?
He has to execute a T code, GRC underscore EAM.
Exactly. Since centralized firefighter, login from GRC system and execute the T code GRAC underscore SPM or GRAC underscore EAM. Any T code you can use it. So let me execute this T code GRAC underscore SPM. Enter. Yeah. Now you can see an entry tab here. It is showing that FFID Anil in system ECC client 200. The owner of it is FFID underscore owner 1. Status is green and active, and you can have a logon tab here. Now when I click on logon here, the system will take you to ECC backend system. So you are in GRC now. GRC 100. When I click on log on, it will take you to GRC 200, which we are considering as ECC. So let's click on log on. Yeah. Now did you see here it is asking for reason code? So that is the reason in the step number 4 I included reason code, because it is mandatory. If you don't enter the reason code, the system will not allow you to log in into firefighter ID. So if I don't enter and if I try to execute here, at the bottom there is a OK tab. So this is continue at the bottom. Ticket. System says enter a reason code. It is a mandatory field. So hence we define reason codes. Let us say upgrade. Now weekend upgrade activity. So you are giving details about that. And then next heading, please enter the actions that you anticipate to perform. So they are asking what T codes you are going to perform using this firefighter. So ID. So my intention is to use this SU25. That's it. Now you enter, click on choose, enter, continue. Okay. This is one of the common error you find, invalid SAP user. So when you try to log in into firefighter ID, you get invalid SAP user. So the problem is there is some bug actually in this support pack level. So what you have to do is user needs access to s_user_grp. Let me add that in GRC system. So when it says invalid user, the error is nothing but related to, so in the role along with the two T codes, don't add any T codes here. Okay, this is also in this color. Let me try once again. It is not in because the role was not generated properly. Let me once again try now. And then logged in into GRC. Execute the T code grac_spm. Click on log on. Upgrade. T code that we anticipate to perform SU25. Continue. Okay, still we are getting invalid. So let us add that values. So this error is related to, actually this is one of the bug which has been rectified.
Either here, can't we check in SLG1 what is the error?
They can't hear you, Sridhar.
Good question.